Donald Trump says the Army helicopter, which collided with a passenger jet in Washington, D.C., killing 67 people, was flying too high. In a social media post, the president said the Black Hawk should have been flying below 200 feet, but was much higher and directly in the path of the American Airlines flight. One theory is the helicopter pilots may have been looking at the wrong aircraft. Today, the operation to recover bodies and the wreckage resumed on the Potomac River. From Washington, here's our US correspondent Dan Rivers with the latest.
New footage shows the crucial moments before impact. The Black Hawk helicopter on the left heading straight towards the bright light of the incoming jet, hitting it with catastrophic results. From a different angle, the jet can be seen more clearly on final approach, the Black Hawk apparently unaware of its proximity. Today, President Trump posted on social media, the Black Hawk helicopter was flying too high by a lot. It was far above the 200-foot limit. That's not really too complicated to understand, is it? Investigators have released photos of the plane's flight data recorders, which they have now recovered and are beginning to interrogate for information. The Black Hawk's recorders remain inside the fuselage in a few feet of water on the Potomac River. Radio traffic between the Black Hawk, call sign PAT-25, and air traffic control suggests the Army pilot was warned about the incoming plane, referred to by its make, CRJ, but the helicopter pilot asked for visual separation, meaning he thought he could see the plane and avoid it.
Traffic just off the Wilkes-Barre CRJ at 1,040 feet, start runway 3.
Has a traffic inside, request visual separation.
Visual separation group. Pat-25, CRJ in sight. Pat-25, pass line is CRJ.
The reaction of those in the tower is audible as the crash unfolds.
32017.
Did you see that?
It may suggest the helicopter pilot was in fact looking at another incoming plane and never saw the American Airlines flight. Among the victims were a number of talented ice skaters like 16-year-old Spencer Lane, who posted this photo of the ill-fated flight before takeoff. Today his father spoke of the moment he realised something was wrong.
It seemed like the flight had landed, but their phones weren't on and they weren't like popping up anywhere. It just said small plane in the Potomac, and I was just like, oh my God, and my heart just started like exploding out of my chest.
Today, the low-altitude corridor known as Route 4, used by helicopters along the river, was closed indefinitely by the Federal Aviation Administration, along with another further north. It's the first major step taken since the crash, but it may not be the last.
Well, Dan, families are still trying to come to terms with what's happened, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, among them, the family of Azra Hussein, who lived in this neighbourhood where I'm talking to you from, Charlene. In fact, right now, just down the road at her local mosque, they are saying prayers for her. She had texted her husband from the plane saying she was 20 minutes from landing, and that was the last he ever heard from her. Also, right now, the White House is holding a briefing. They're reiterating the message that it is safe for Americans to fly, but they are doubling down on their claim that diversity recruitment practices may have contributed to this accident within air traffic control.
OK, Dan, thanks very much.